Hello, my name is Jose Alvarez, an enrolled student of BRCC or Baton Rouge Community College and soon to be airman of the United States Air Force. Today, on November 12th, Wednesday, 2025, I will be interviewing my recruiter, Sergeant Dov, who has helped me through the process of joining the Air Force, and he will assist me with the Baton Rouge Community Veterans Oral History Project. How are you doing, Sergeant Dov?
I'm doing great, Alvarez. I'm doing great.
All right. You ready to get started?
Let's do this.
All right. Started with a simple question. Where are you from?
I am from Benin, Benin, West Africa. Okay, I was born and raised over there. It's a small country, right beside Nigeria.
Tell me about your family.
My family. So I still have my parents, my dad, my mom, brothers and sister. They're all still over there in Africa. I'm here, just making the dream happen for myself.
Awesome. What was your childhood like?
My childhood was very playful. It was very fun. A lot of outdoorsy plays. A lot of tree climbing. Just the regular thing, playing with the kids in the neighborhood and stuff like that.
All right. What do you miss about your childhood?
The community and the food. Definitely the community, because one person's child is everybody's child over there. So you get disciplined by everybody.
Really?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Well, imagine, if you over here, excuse a friend, you're doing something stupid, this person over here that don't even know you will correct you, and if you need to, they need to put hands on you because what you're doing is really, really stupid. They're gonna put their hand on you, give you the correction that you need, and then they're gonna send you away, or they're gonna escort you to your house and tell your parents like, hey, your kids were doing this, and yeah, I gave him, a few of these correction, and then your parent might just take over and then just, roll you into a whole nother, corrective actions.
Tell me about your journey to the United States.
Scary and fun. I was in college, pursuing an accounting degree, where I was selected by the United States. It was a what's it called, a diversity visa, where you apply for it, and if you get selected, then they give you a whole opportunity of coming to the U.S. and go to school and make a life for yourself. So I was one of those winners. I won one of, I want to say 10,000, 15,000, and then there's no money involved. I have to be able to provide for myself, but I wanted it, so did everything I can over there. Parents supported me to come over here, and the first time in the airplane, and brought me to the United States.
What is a long-term memory that you will never forget growing up?
Long-term memory
that you will forever remember.
Forever remember. I have a lot, especially from back home. I have a lot of good memories and all kind of memories. One thing that I know for a fact is my first time hunting a rabbit with a couple of my friends. It was a Saturday afternoon. It was super hot outside. You can imagine, 90 degrees. I think I was about eight or nine, and we just wanted to go play, and then we saw a rabbit, and then hey, we dove in the bush with the rabbit and chased it down, and for hours we were trying to corner this rabbit, not knowing anything about anything, but it was fun. The communication, the stuff we were doing as a kid, it was just fun. It was fun. Yeah.
All right. What war did you fight in?
War. It was not technically a war. I was saying in 2021, during the Afghan withdrawal, when by the president decree, we were removing all troops from Afghanistan, and everything. No, I was in the middle of that. I was part of that, and it was a thing. It wasn't exactly great, but it was memorable because I know the country was helping the people from those country over there to kind of like get into a better life and get to safety. So it was really nice.
What made you pursue the military?
Oh man, I was flat broke. I yes. So I pursued the military because where I was in South Carolina, I was working at McDonald's, and I worked at McDonald's some hours. I had a plumbing helper jobs where I help a plumber, to lay pipes and stuff like that. At night, I clean dishes. In the weekend, I do all kind of carpeting, painting, you name it. I did everything. But the money was not adding up because the rent kept going up. Bills just keep going up, and the money was not adding up. I was barely able to afford food for myself, so I eat everything I can put my hands on from McDonald's while working over there and at the restaurant. So one of my coworkers told me, like, "Hey, why don't you, check out the Air Force Reserve?" And I was like, you know what? I was never a military type. I never dreamed to be in the military. So I decided to just go listen. I went to the wrong office. I went to the active duty office, and they talked to me about the benefit, the money, the educations, everything they will be providing for me. And I signed up on the same day.
Do you still remember your recruiter?
Yes, it's Technical Sergeant Anderson. Yes.
What was he like?
He was nice. He was very nice. He was not.
When was this?
Hmm?
When was this?
2015.
2015.
Hmm. I started the process in 2014, and I went to basic training in 2015. I was in the process for a very long time.
How was your basic training? What was your experience in basic training?
Basic training was easy. Basic training it's easy. As long as you can adapt easily. The first few weeks, yeah, it's gonna be chaos because you don't know what you don't know. You just over there to figure life out. But as the weeks, continues on, you just adapt.
All right. What role did you play during the war you fought in?
Just my job, just a regular job. So I was working ATALK. ATALK is kind of like head of communication for the logistics section I was at. So we just make sure people have exactly what they need. We're providing services to aircrafts, right? So when the airplane land, we go over there, pick up the trash, give them, drinkable water, whatever the airplanes need, we go over there and provide that. No fuel though, because we are not fuels, but every other services we're able to provide. We load cargo, we load people into those planes, so we just make sure like, hey, safety is followed.
Okay. How did you feel about the enemies you and your brothers and sisters were fighting?
Enemies. While over there, a lot of things, you see a lot of sad things, and you ask yourself, why is all these people doing all these things? Because it make no sense, right? These people have a home, and during the Afghan withdrawal, there was a war happening on the other side where it wasn't making any sense. Sometimes war don't make any sense, right? But the cause of all those things is because somebody wanted something, going this way, then it's just destructive, right? How I was feeling, distraught, because I was always thinking, God, I'm so glad I'm not born. I wasn't raised and not born in that country. I was just thankful for the stuff that I had. All right, but very sad to see the other people going through what they're going through.
Okay. How did you feel when you came home?
Adjustment at home is always hard. Um, well, anger. Anger because I see a lot of spoiled people in America. Right? I see a lot of people that take everything they have as granted, and that causes a lot of anger. And I still have to understand, well, this is America. This is how we live. This is what we do. So now my first reaction, my first 2 weeks after that deployment, though, yeah, I was not having it, right? And I was even, sometimes angry towards my kids, like, why you do this? Why you do this? And I would say just, the fog of everything that was happening when I was downrange. But the day after that, it's just like you just have to adapt, to your new reality.
All right. Do you regret anything?
Oh no, I love all the experience I've been part of, and hey, they build you. They make good stories some days. Yeah, no regrets.
What is a long-term memory that you will never forget while in the military?
Oh, in the military, ooh man, I don't remember basic training for sure. Um, but I remember my first base when I was at Fort Bragg, now Fort Liberty. A lot of fun things over there. Me as a brand new airman, first memory that I ever have is when I was at the dealership buying my first car as a brand new airman. Something I never thought that I ever thought possible, or when I was buying my first house. I was about to be 25, maybe 26 when I bought my first house, and man, I always thought you gotta have such a great credit before you can buy a house and do all this thing. But I was able to make it with a shitty credit, and hey, I really love that. Military provided that for me.
Do you still keep in contact with those you met in your life,
I
like in
sure
the
do.
military?
Yes, I do. There's a few people that we grew very close. Right? I have a couple friends, two in Germany right now. Um, I have one in Japan and two. I have one in San Antonio. What is that? Washington State, all the way to the top over there. Yeah, I have Villarreal over there.
So they're everywhere.
They're everywhere. Yeah, I got colleagues, I got comrades, everywhere. They're everywhere. You gotta keep those relationships. You never know.
Okay. How do you feel about the next generation of people joining the United States military?
Man, you're just gonna take a lot of trust and work, right? Because the past generation was hard. Past generation, they build what we have right now. So us right now, we are building, the military for the future. Now, for the generation joining right now with the stuff I'm saying, and the generation to come after that, I don't know. I don't know. That would be an um, honest answer. I don't know because a lot of things has to change. A lot of the things that we hold dearly or things that we think make no sense, or hey, we grow. Everybody will eventually grow with their generation, right? And things are constantly moving. Technology is moving. People are growing. People are changing. So it is up there. We're just going to have to, wait and see. The next person in charge decided to do it this way, then they will just adapt and see where we go from there.
Okay. How do you feel right now after I ask you these questions?
I feel good. I feel good. I feel great. It's always great to talk about the experience, military experience, things that you love to share. Some stuff you might not, might not want to talk about, because there's a lot of things, you try to hold in the back of your head that you just take to the grave with you, But yeah, not sharing these several things, it's always great.
To be honest, there's a possibility I can imagine myself in that chair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry. Yeah, when I was talking to Sergeant Anderson to join the Air Force, I was thinking to myself, man, he got a nice desk and nice office. I would love to have me in one of those things one day. And then
and here you are.
Here I am.
And now I'm thinking the same thing, man. You got it nice.
You got it nice. It's gonna be you one day. You're gonna be in this chair, in one of these chairs one day, and you're gonna be the recruiting the next generation.
And I want to be behind the desk for BRCC for whoever's going to be sitting down here.
That's right. Somebody's going to be asking you questions.
All right. Well, thank you, Sergeant Dov, for the interview.
Anytime, my man. Anytime. All right. Let's see. That was.